Is there such a thing as scaling too quickly?
Yes, oddly enough, I thought about that, and there are two examples in the book, of which both of which are interesting. One is a woman who's a friend of mine actually, and runs a very successful management consultancy, but also she does government contracts and I'm just thinking of the word I'm looking for, sort of growth networks. That's the word I'm looking uh, for helping people to grow, and a huge amount of work, and they scale terribly fast. She's a very successful entrepreneur, and she is very honest, like everybody is in the book, which was one of the things I think is so amazing. And she says, when they did that first scale, they were going the sort of 1 to 10 route. It was obvious that they hadn't got those structures in place. They hadn't got the right people, and they actually had to go back, drop right down, turn down work,
Mm.
put them in place, and scale up again. So yes, and the other example actually is going back to James Bartle of Adland Denham, because that's a really interesting one. Because of course we think what we want is lots of sales. No, a few years ago, he had a situation where he was actually in Cambodia, and Meghan Markle got off an airplane, unbeknown to him, wearing a pair of his jeans, and the press went wild. And he was still moderately small, relatively, and everybody went crazy, and his growth went astronomic. And he says himself that, I mean, he was completely unprepared, and he had a rough time fighting through it because it was a huge adjustment, and it changed their business entirely. So while it sounds like a dream that we all want in businesses, that kind of publicity,
Mm.
it can be a tough road. And he's a very clever guy, so he negotiated it. But he's honest to me. He said it took him a while.
Yes. Would you say that there was a recurring theme around balancing the acquisition of sales, like in that instance, and then also capacity?
Yes,
So,
yes, absolutely. And of course, again, that was one of the things that I found out the hard way, because essentially I was always a salesperson, and I couldn't help myself. I was so sales led and always wanting to push for sales
mm,
because it's great, and we really couldn't. So yeah,
because of the capacity issue, you mean?
yeah.
Okay. And what business were you in when you
What?
were? Which
I
business
was in
were you in?
manufacturing,
Okay.
but there's a vast skills shortage too, as we know, in this country, and
Mm.
in lots of areas, including mine, and we just couldn't get enough skilled people. And as I say, I didn't have the senior staff who wanted to grow, and I kept on thinking, but this is so amazing. We've built this fabulous brand, and we're selling loads and loads.
So you had the skill and the ability to get the sales, but not the capacity to
Yeah,
produce the
yeah,
product.
yeah. And unlike James Bartle, I failed to find the solutions.